We start from carrying boxes around is because during this session, you know, the cycles in history, if this is not the last cycle during our time, if we get to be millions and billions of dollars, we're not going to get so far out there we can't start back with our box, not riding down the street, walking down the street, catching the bus. We'll start now doing this. That video is a fundraising video. We're doing that because it signifies our independence. We're not depending on you for nothing. Number two thing, you can't tell us nothing. You can't stick those stupid fools with guns in our face and insulting us and think we're going to follow them and look at them. That would be a violation of focus. The way you survive is you stay focused on what you're doing. This means independence also. We're not depending on, just because we're right. It's your court. It's your system. Just because you done stole, look, ain't nobody even heard of nobody at Bank of America turning over the account of the person's name is on the account, name is on all the legal documents, and you turn that over to somebody that was the janitor. People in Oakland, what was Mukhtar doing? He had a monkey suit on at McDonald's, I think on 98th and East 14th, chasing down people that stole, that would order a burger and fries, and he would chase them down. And he was telling me, these are bad guys. I said, you can't be a part of As-Sabiqun. Didn't I tell you that, Mukhtar? I know y'all be listening. Tell the truth now. Don't be hiding behind your lovely wife. Didn't I tell y'all? No, I told you, you can't be a part of As-Sabiqun chasing down nobody for the white man. And all they was hungry and homeless and wanted some fries and burgers and he ordered it and ran out the door. And you chased him down and caught him and was telling me, you're the bad guy. We don't do that. It's not ethical. Okay, non-territorial government means that we're taking the exact guidelines from Dr. Khalid Siddiqui. He's the one that told us. He handed it to us. You know what? Everybody on that picture knew that Dr. Khalid Siddiqui had said what he had said. They knew. Now everybody on the picture, except Yaqub Zaki, if any of y'all in Edinburgh, Scotland, I don't know, he was a professor there. He felt, last time I saw him was Cape Town, 97. He felt the same way I did. And I heard him talk about it. But I didn't say nothing because we were not in a position to do anything about it. When somebody punch you or do something to you, I don't feel like fighting today. I don't have to do nothing. I have to respond. Everybody turned on us, of course. Everybody knows that. But we don't have to follow the, we cannot, we should not break our focus following them right now. That's what we're doing. So that means we're never in jeopardy of losing anything because we're always ready to start from the bottom. And we was ready because we said we're ready to sleep under a bridge. That was in case the worst happened. The worst thing happened, look at us. We have 8 pieces of property here in D.C., all paid for. How many black people have 8 pieces of property? Maybe some company has investment company. They might have 8 pieces of property, and they don't own them like, they go down, how much is this? They get a mortgage, right? We don't have the mortgage. Look at the page, it says no mortgage. No mortgage on nothing. If you combine what we own here, what we combine in Oakland, we're already millionaires. Yes, we are. We're millionaires already. Don't worry about a little property, Poor Mukhtar went and sold one of our properties. But the government, the money that was in the bank, the government ain't gave it to him. Because he ain't living like that. They just did that. Maybe they was doing it to help us out, so we could sue them. That's the way it looks like something. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference. I want everybody to understand that if your main principle is liberation and independence, that's more important than any amount of wealth. That's why we stick to our principle of independence. So we're starting this. Now, they come by and just drop this stuff on you. That's actually, to us, that's a lot of money because we don't have any income. Like all the property we own, we pay taxes on it. Nobody owns property and don't get use out of it. They would just be crazy. A lot of property like that lot, we done paid for that lot 20 times. The little skullduggery and stuff that they'd have done. But it don't make no difference. Because we got them focused, they guns, right, on what's important to them and what they think should be important to us, and not on what counts. MacArthur called it hit them where they ain't. In World War II, he's pretty smart too. So they coming up to New Guinea and they're attacking the strong Japanese fortifications. The Australians are, and with the new Americans in the Marshall Islands. MacArthur went out on the battlefield and saw all them people dead. He said, we got a new strategy. He go around all the strong points and land his people where it ain't nobody. He take that, then he gone up, and then pretty soon, from Japan to the Marshall Islands, he cut their supply. They got air superiority, right? So what do the people do on them islands? They wither and die. So he said, hit them where they ain't. That's brilliant. Don't go, you remember the old war movies and stuff from way back all the way up to the Civil War and even later? They would all line up and battle and shoot each other with arrows. That is insane warfare. Technically, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I just wouldn't stand there. You got a rifle. I got a rifle. I could hit you with a rock. Hey, man, that's bad warfare. It's insanity. So that's what they was doing. And there's the Germans here, we're going to attack them here. There's our Japs, that's what they call them, Japanese. Japs and Nips, they call them, Nipponese. MacArthur said, shoot, go around all them boys. He said, hit them where they ain't, not hit them where they are. That was his policy. Historically, his policy, hit them, but hit them where they ain't. Don't hit them where they are. Hit them where they ain't. Take the beach, take all the area, right? And then cut off their supply. Use what you have to beat other people and lose the less troops. General Patton got everybody killed, but MacArthur saved lives. That's one thing people don't say about it. He lost less lives than anybody at that high up. Not old Patton, blood and guts. That boy, let's go get 'em, boys. And that fool would just slug it out, not back. Mac said, hey man, all them lips there, you can have it. That's the way we done. We have studied all military and psychological history at our disposal in little jails and everywhere since we here. And when we fighting this boy right here, this is the biggest war in history. And we're prepared for it. Yeah, it don't look like it. It don't sound like it. But that's why we say we have to have during this stage right here, we want to become as powerful and as organized as a medium-sized country, like Mexico. Non-territorial government. Okay. That's a lot of hope. You know how we got here? Just thinking big. We wouldn't start from nothing. Thinking big. The only thing, the obstacle we have is not our reach, it's our thinking. Our vision. We hope too small. And remember what the hadith says, this is hadith Qudsi. I, Allah, am to the believers what He expects of me. Now, we didn't just jump here, we graduated. A little bit here, a little bit there. And then, now we see everything we ever hoped for, Allah done hooked us up, right? So now, you can't out-ask Allah. You can't do it. You're not even made to. You don't have the ability. You do not have the ability. Allah has one capacity you don't have. Is to ask Allah beyond. So here we are right now. We're at the heat of the war. Everybody is crawling around in the United States. I'm talking to you now, look, Iranians, listen to what I'm telling you. We're going to need your help because we don't have no Saudi help. We don't have no Negro help. We don't have no Muslim help. We don't have nobody here. And we haven't had. We have been excluded from wealth for a long, long time. And any little pieces of wealth that came our way was pieces. But at the same time, boss man been chipping us down. See, for you, you might have a job, but for me, I don't have no income. So if they said $2,880 something, where's that gonna come from? Here's how you do. Whatever the war is, do like history. The human being was, there were barriers. There's barriers in history. Rivers, mountain ranges, and all of that, right? No caveman might have looked up at the bird flying. They used to have a saying, well, how far is it to the next town? Well, it's 28 miles, but it's 7 miles as the crow flies. Y'all remember hearing that? In the old Western, they say it's a crow fly. In other words, if you go on the road, it's 28 miles. But if you fly there, 7 miles away. It's a straight line. But you can't build a road straight up and down mountains. You can't do it. Or it's hard. So those barriers that the rivers, the lakes, the mountains, the oceans that were a barrier to man generations and centuries ago, There's nothing on the human being now when he's in a jet and he flies over the Rocky Mountains. He flies over the Himalayas, right? He flies over everything. Why? Because he's risen above it. That's the way we're doing on this. Everything, every blockage, everything that they put in front of us, we have to rise up so high that this little property that we own is just counts. That's how you do. You go so big, so high. That's why I'm saying this, and I mean it, that in some short years, we want to be on the status, that's just the first stage of this, as a medium country like Mexico. We want to have that much ability. Inside of the United States, it's a non-territorial government. Can we do that? We ain't depending on you, ain't depending on me. We asking Allah. It's not that we've been saving stuff, so when we ask, did Allah give it to us, you know? But this is what we want to manifest, the words of Allah on earth. Because one thing about it, the people with us, the Negroes, all other Negroes enacted funny. Tell the truth. The little leaders with money and this and that. Think of all the black leaders around here, black, 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 black. Then you see them drive by in a Hummer, and you see them somewhere, they talking to a yellow girl or something, right? Tell the truth. You ain't seen me doing none of that. None of it. Man, the last program in San Francisco a few months ago, well, I'm working out the first day. Everybody know that I work out at these programs. I go to the gym. They have the gym at Regency's and everything. So the first day, one of my old friends, I've been knowing him for 35 years minimum, but he has a belly like this. He's just timing me to see if I'm really going to be there. The next day, one of these modern Iranian girls with hijab strolls in and starts on her workout. And they make sure, I don't know, that don't nobody come in. That's our low-life Iranian brothers trying to trap poor Imam. Just like the Negro try to trap him with yellow girls and all. They always down. If a nigga wanted to be trapped, she would be a nice trap. You know, because she's an American Iranian that does what? Everything I like. Evidently running on that thing, got a little $2 hijab on. And the modern ones, not the little skinny ones, but look kind of like an American. You know, if you look at modern Chinese and Iranians, they look like Americans now. They're not them little skinny girls, no. They look like what we used to call healthy, you know. Anyway, long story short, everybody trying to trap somebody. And I said a while ago, I took Sakina to Starbucks. Here's another yellow woman. She says, because they watching me, who is she, Dad? She's talking about movies and all that. And what was that movie thing they had? I said, dear daughter, that's a yellow woman. And they think Daddy loves yellow women. So everywhere I go, they got a yellow girl. I'm going to ask them, no more yellow women, please. No. See, because you got to remember, this is the beauty of Islam. If it wasn't Islam, everybody would get caught. If you're not a Muslim and they send cutie pies to you, there's nothing illegal or wrong with that. The only reason I ain't messing with them because I'm a Muslim. But if they said if I was in Jahiliyyah, I care if she's the police or not. If I'm just in Jahiliyyah, shoot, police is good as anybody. Lord, you ain't gonna tell them nothing, they can't steal nothing from you, you ain't gonna let them. So go off with a police man, nothing wrong with that in Jahiliyyah. Here's the thing, all these, they're not low-lifers, here's what they believe. They don't believe that Negroes are, what did I use the word a long time ago, gallant, ethical. All the niggas they had, see, they think we like Martin Luther King or we like Bill Clinton. All you got to remember, with the FBI, they on everybody's case, so they think all of us are alike. Do you think it is a shock? They're all shocked now. Abdul-Malik, them, all them coons in Oakland, they shocked. Because you don't move on the level that they move on. They shocked. They think, no. Niggas move on girls. That's what they do. And they shocked. Here's the thing. If they figure, kind of this or kind of that, we'll get them with ethics. And if we get them to break their moral principle, they can't talk all that highfalutin stuff anymore. There's some dirty, low-down folks, and now they got egg all on their face. Ain't none of them never worked. You know, if I want to run a woman away, if somebody keep calling me, I'll tell somebody, I want to marry that woman. They stop calling. You think I didn't use marriage 10 times, at least I didn't use it 4 or 5 times here. When I want to get rid of somebody, remember the Pakistani woman? Remember the Pakistani woman? What's her name? The daughter. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All up in your face. And I said, well, I'll just marry her. So, the Iranian guy said, you're going to marry her? I said, sure. I know he's a police too. I said, sure, I'll marry her. I'm going to marry her. No more calls. What's the name? We all know he's. So his wife was calling me all the time. So I put the message out. Well, I just tell her that we'll wait a few months. We can get married, and she can have 1 week off a month, to go and do it. In other words, she want to run around with someone, but we'll be married. Stop calling. I ain't had a call since. Wow. If I